everybody was like we all just said it at the same time. We was like, woo.
Hi, my name is Dylan Harrison.
Hi, I'm Belle, and you're watching.
You tell me all the truth.
This man said he don't want to have a 17-year-old when he's 71. Yeah, I do. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be my story. It ain't me. I just found a man with a grown child that want to have another baby. Okay, that's how long it took me to find one, because I do want a child. But you know, thanks so much. Those are all the people rooting for me. Thanks so much. Guys, I love all this alignment. And that's how you know we're real friends. When y'all are rooting for me to have a baby. I'm rooting for myself too. But you know, I had to root for him to not have like no baby mamas, you know. And what's so good is like his baby mama is dead, you know. You know, I hate to be that honest, but I really love the fact that she's dead. You know what I'm saying? Like hopefully your daughter is all right, but thank God. Thank God she's dead. Because I would have been wishing she was dead. You know what I'm saying? The whole time, like the Lord already did it. He knew we was gonna get together. He was like, that's Dale's future, man. Let me go ahead and call this lady home. Because I am not one of them women that be dealing with no baby mamas.
Yes, that is the truest statement ever. I'm not a big fan of your baby mama. Even when she cool, I'm just never gonna be a fan of the baby mama. You know, I'm an only child. Like, we don't like to share. We don't like that. We don't like you to have no. That's just how it's gonna be. And at this age, nothing is gonna change. Ooh, I hope I'm not getting, bumping into my mic. So, if you're in the comments, let me know if everything. Fat Benji, hey. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Dell Show, y'all. Just listening to that clip, wanting to have babies, and then listening to the debate between Waltz and Vance. Honey, if you trust Vance and Trump with your reproductive right, you gonna be in trouble. Because the thing about it too is, I was just watching the debate, between the VPs, or between the prospective VPs, and I was, of course, getting myself real riled up because I first of all, I need to correct something I said when I said back on a previous show that I don't trust white men. No, I trust white men because I have a lot of white male friends, and I don't think any other thing than I have the highest respect for them. I trust them. We hang out. I go out with them. It's Trump and now Vance I don't trust, okay? Because why did y'all even touch the Roe versus Wade? Why did y'all even touch it? Why was that even on the table? What in your right mind, like, of all the things, all the world policy, world hunger, COVID, economy, homelessness, y'all took all of those issues and put them to the side, made y'all top priority, making it so that women can't get abortions in some states. And then you're talking about you're going to pass it over to some of the states. That's why I can't trust y'all. Just because that is even a factor in nothing was wrong with it. No one was complaining about it. No one was saying anything. And that is the issue that y'all chose to attack. which means that you attack women. Now, of course, I do know a lot of women that, they use abortion, honey, as they contraceptive. Like, I'm not with that either. But the thing about it too is they gonna have to that's between them and their God. Why are y'all trying to play God? Then really, when I was listening to Walt, I was listening to Vance, I was listening to, them debate on the financial plans, the economic plans, and Vance really sounded like he had some good sense. And then, of course, when I heard this question, when she says, you were outright vocal about saying Trump was the least pick for, then you, and now you're on stage. That's right there. Like, how did you all of a sudden change the policy, change about a person? And now you're saying, I've always been vocal. I was wrong. Oh, yeah, of course you was wrong. Now that you're about to be vice president. Oh, well, I don't even want to speak that. Now that you think you about to be vice president, of course you was wrong because you want the power. Guys, I really, this is why I don't like to talk about politics, because it be getting me so riled up. Then of course, you have your other political people that get they get the facts and they get the years and they get this. I don't do it. Okay. I just want to let you know that I appreciate every one of you, every one of y'all, for signing on. Okay. And I'm competing with the debate, and I'm so glad I have a loyal following in the middle of the debate. Okay. Which means that y'all ain't into it either, and y'all want to hear some comedy, and I want to tell it to y'all. First of all, I just want y'all to just put it in the comments how you like my shirt. I love my shirt. Hold on, let me put it in the comments myself. Dell, I love, because honey, you can't be validated by other people. Okay, you got to validate yourself. All right, let me put my own. Dell, I love your shirt. Dell, I love your shirt. Sierra, thank you so much, honey. I'm just in the middle of giving myself a compliment, which we all should be doing. Honey, just put on my shirt, ordered this from Temu. I don't know how you say it. Temu. And they be having some nice, like, quality stuff. And I just been on a mission to order more, like, shirts. Honey, let me tell you something. This last past year, I done gave myself, I took out all my clothes and gave all my shirts a talk. Like, honey, either you gonna make me look good, or I'm gonna have to send you somewhere else for them to adopt you, because I need to have, it's nothing like having a shirt that makes you look good and a nice little jacket that gives you like the silhouette. I need all shirts and all jeans to stay in line. So anyway, I've got to move on with the show. You said I feel it's a hit or miss. I'm scared for Timu. I feel it's a hit or miss. Honey, it's all a hit or miss. Even when you go to Zara, Tiara, it's all a hit or miss. Okay? That's why you just gotta order it and then you just gotta take it back. But look what Timu do. Twice now I have returned some stuff. Do you know they was like, honey, just keep it. We ain't got time to take back that $2 item. Just keep that shirt, okay? It's all a hit or miss. Shane, Forever 21, whatever store you go to, and that's why you just gotta go to the store and you just gotta make yourself feel good, and you gotta look good, and you gotta get a check, and you gotta buy a piece that is, affordable, and you gotta, girl, you gotta feel good out here. Let me tell you what happened the other like a few weeks ago. I was on the train. Thank you so much for my like on Facebook. I'm on a train. Now, let me tell y'all something. As a person that takes a train, now, I came to LA from New York, so I still take the train. Now, I'm not too good to take the train because, I'm just not too good. I like it. I like being able to listen to my music, read my books, do everything I want to, work on my mind. I have my Reverend Ike going on the train. But of course, now I will take my food on the train. So I take my food on the train, and it's like foreign lady, either she Latino. I think she Latino. So anyway, she on the train. I take out my food, and she is like, as soon as I take it out, she's like, ah. Now, of course, I'm not paying attention to her because, honey, it's time to eat. So I ain't got time to even pay attention to all that, like, breath over there. You know what I'm saying? But I know, how you feel somebody is doing it specifically to you. Okay. So she telling her husband, oh, she under her breath, oh, that food is tinky poo, that tinky poo. I can't stand that tinky poo. So I'm like, okay, I don't even say anything about about her comments or whatever. So when I start eating it, she was like, ah. So anyway, so I looked at her and so she was like, I'm sorry. I just, I'm sensitive to food. I sensitive to food. It's disgusting. And I was like, oh, it probably smells like your spirit. That lady took a pause for the call. That lady was like, like it's almost like she looked at me like she was saying, "Well, I never." So anyway, of course, I kept eating, and she having a fit. What time we get? What thing you get? Doing all that, and I don't say one word, honey. Now I'm eating even harder. Like every chicken wing girl, I am sucking that bone hard. It's on the what dipping it hard in the sauce, eating all the broccoli, whatever I got in that bowl. And then of course she doing all that. I wanted to respond to her, but I didn't want to get myself up into argument because Satan, what he does is he tries to steal that joy from you. And when you have a joyous spirit, you're attracting everything you want. You're attracting whatever's on your vision board. You're attracting it because you got the joy and things can just flow smoothly. And I know Satan's trick, so I'm like, no, I ain't even gonna respond. So child, she get up, of course, complaining, trying to get a rise out of me, and I would not give it to her. And I'm sure I looked up and right here, she left her sweater on the tray. And I was about to be like, you left your sweater on the train. I was gonna wait for her to get off the train just so she could I was gonna wait for the door to close, even though I was getting off the train too, just so she could be like, like to scramble back in, but then the door closed. But then I was like, no, I'm gonna just let the Lord take the vengeance. I ain't gonna do that. Child, so I just let the door close. I washed the sweater, but it was one of them like, I got this from my grandma sweater. This is my great grandma, my great grandma passed this down to my grandma, and then she passed it down to my mama, and then my mama got it from my auntie. It was one of them kind of sweaters, and honey, I just laughed all the way to my destination. Full is a tick. Rory! Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Dale Show. Without further ado, I got to get into it, honey. I got my guest today, of course, that is joining me, my good friend, comedian, producer of Rock the Mic Live is in the building. I've got to bring him to the stage. Please, y'all, give a silent round of applause for Rocky Cusseaux in the building.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you for having me on the Dale Harris,
The
the Dale Show
2.0.
2.0. Sorry, I'm adjusting this camera just a bit.
Yes, and the lighting looks
Hey,
real good, and your sound looks real good. You got the
thank
self-tape
you.
wall back there.
We gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work.
And also too, I gotta bring to the stage one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, my ride and live, because I don't say ride or die. My ride and live. Me and this lady travels everywhere together. I was born from her sister. Please, y'all, keep it going for my Antee Gwen, y'all, in the building.
Hey,
Antee
hey,
Gwen got the
Rocky,
Saints
hey,
on.
What's going, Auntie Gwen?
How you
Antee Gwen
doing?
got the Saint shirt on. Got the Saint
Yes.
shirt on.
Yeah, everybody's getting all these compliments on the shirts.
Yeah.
Everybody got this.
I remember your Christmas party. It was nice.
Oh yeah, we
Yes,
had a good time. The cookie party.
yes,
Yes. That was real
yes.
nice. Tell your
You
wife
know,
hello.
I will. I will.
and
Yeah,
I
the
tell
secret.
you,
The secret is just good people like yourself and Dale.
Thank
I,
you.
I, I'm talking about. I really have found a good tribe here in LA to just adopt me and keep me in the family function. Cause Rocky and his wife. I remember one time I didn't go home, and I was like, I'm not going home. I'm not
One
asking my
time.
mama to. One time I didn't go. No, didn't go like home for Thanksgiving. And I was
Uh,
telling it to Mimi, Rocky's wife, who like I forget that I met Rocky first because Mimi, I always call her first. She is just so cool. I just love Mimi so much. But anyway, I was telling her, I was like, no, I'm not going home this year because I just want to have my finances in order. And she was like, she was like, well, how much does the ticket cost? And she was about to buy me a ticket to go home. And I was like, Mimi, I just can't let you do that. And I just was like, my heart was just so warm from that gesture of just like taking out, I could hear her unzipping in her purse to get her credit card. Like, Mimi, like, God, I just love y'all so much.
Good people. Good people.
Good people.
You know.
I just want to say, Rory, we got Rory in the building. We got Tiara in the
Change my
building.
angles.
Y'all here, we got Fat Benji in the building. Y'all here at the right time because we kicking it off something kind of special. First of all, with the funniest post of the week submitted to me by Antee Gwen, okay? And I'll just show it to you right now. Oh, let me take this comment off first, okay? Let me hide this comment and let me show y'all the funniest post of the week.
Wow. Is that like a velour suit too? Okay. All right. You got a gold chain, everything.
Now, Gwen, what was you talking about? The oil was drug. What did you hear about the oil?
This is a rumor, this allegedly I heard that the oil was laced with drugs, and then they would rub it on people and they would pass out. So I don't know how true that is. It's just a rumor, allegedly.
I mean, it makes sense because the amount of oil, because and because baby oil doesn't rub in easy either. So
no, that's why I'm like, what did you need all them bottles for? Who was
and I know that people I know oils are good to mix with other things, like so say a fragrance or something when you want to stretch it out. Like I see people, they'll add fragrance to like Vaseline and they can stretch out their supply longer. So it makes a little sense that you would combine the two and
along with drinks and laced drinks.
all of it.
I just want to warn the average person out there, don't y'all get no ideas about baby oil too, because baby oil have you so slippery for like 30 minutes and then you be the driest you ever been in your life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like when that oil dry on you, you will catch sunburn with no sun out with baby oil. It is that drying to the skin. Like, don't y'all get no ideas now. Get some shape out of it.
I need to go check on their stock price. I need to see what all of this news is doing to their stock. But it's like, okay, 1,000 bottles, like I get it, because I shop at Costco. So I understand buying in bulk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Costco
my thing too.
You didn't buy from them.
Well, I'm saying I understand when you have a lot of something.
Yeah,
you know what?
I get
First
that.
of all, Costco gonna jump in the fight. Like, don't y'all try to pin that on us. This man wasn't in here. He wasn't ordered from us. No, this man Johnson & Johnson brought that directly to the party. You know what I'm saying? 1,000 bottles. They deliver that to your house. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody ordering 1,000 bottles. They personally delivered that.
Yeah, they got to drop that off on a pallet. But you know what's funny? That y'all were talking about my wife, because she always used to try to warn me. Now I'm from Tampa, West Tampa, and so I grew up learning how to be able to defend yourself and take care of yourself. So there's not too much I worry about. But she used to warn me about going to certain parties or being around certain people and stuff. And I never used to understand it because I'm thinking like a guy, all right, well, if I get into it with somebody, I know how to defend myself. But that's the wrong. I certainly wasn't thinking that I would be the subject of a sexual assault, right? You think that's just something women deal with, right? But now hearing all these stories, you go, oh, wow. That's what my wife is trying to warn me about. And I would have been so naive. So oh, ain't nobody out here raping men. Well, apparently, might be. So, when you hear stories about
that because that's
like Columbus Short and
Men and boys.
You just hear certain artists talking about being in situations and being like having a sip of something and going, okay, wait, I feel weird. And especially like, you know, if you are used to knowing how alcohol hits you or how certain things hit your system.
Now that, because the thing is, it's not just Diddy. I'm looking at the Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix, and the black wrestler is on there, Vince McMahon, who, you know, they were trying to pin him. You know, one woman, the female referee that he had, she said that he forced, you know, her to give her oral sex. You know, it wasn't no like, you know, they wasn't after him like it was after, well, it was after, like it was after Diddy, but you know, he won the court case because this was about like the steroids, but he didn't win. He won on the basis that he was not forcing them to use steroids, but they were still using them. But you know, women was coming forward saying he was doing different things. But one of the things that they did say in the Vince documentary is that, you know, this black wrestler said that the number 2 guy used to come by and pull his Johnson all the time. And the guy was like, you couldn't report it to Vince. And he was like, what? And get fired? There was no, you either dealt with that or you wasn't going to wrestle anymore. So it's not just, you know, women. And we see right now, Diddy is accused of 120 more victims have come forth saying with shocking claims. Okay. So I don't know how many of the 120, hopefully they're all telling the, you know, the truth, because, but you know, people will jump on the bandwagon. But you know, it was, they're saying that half of the people were females and half of the people were men. Like, so honey, he had no, you know, he was not gender specific. He was like, whatever, but whoever got a hole up in here, okay, leave all them dogs in the car, okay, because I won't have time for those dogs. Just bring them women and the men in here, and I'm gonna just get to abusing them. And then they said that there's other people gonna be named, you know. So my question to you all though is, Diddy appealed, and this is for y'all in the comments. He appealed his bail denial, wanting to get out, you know, wanting for them to be able to use, oh shucks, I gotta close some of these windows. Am I frozen? Okay, no. That's it. Okay, great. Thank God. But anyway, he appeals his bill.
Freeze.
I know, because I'm like, I got a lot of windows open because I'm trying to make sure that I have a fact, I can read the facts right, you know, in front of y'all. But anyway, my question for y'all is in the comments is, do you think he should get out on bail? Because there are a lot of electronic things that, you know, you could have in your home to like prevent you from like fleeing, or, you know, be able to have authorities get to you. Do you think he should get out or not? Sound off in the comments. You know, Rocky, what you think? I'm gonna start with you.
You know, that's a tricky one. It's one thing when a person is suspected of something, but it's a whole nother kind of a situation when you actually see footage of their bad behavior. And you mentioned like that it's not just him. And that's very true. You know, when you start to piece all of these stories together and you really just kind of see how these industries are or have been. And because even when you start to piece Cosby's stories together, or some of these artists that were artists. And I used to think that sometimes when artists disappeared, it was just because like they just stopped singing or something. Like say Telvin Campbell, or there were certain artists you were like, man, they were so good. What happened? But when stories about grooming started coming out, and then you start piecing the different stories together. So whether it's Telvin Campbell, whether it's Usher, now certainly at this point it's all conjecture and rumors, but you start to piece it together with what you do recall from that time. You're right. It wasn't just him, and it wasn't just, you know, I think entertainment in particular, and even Catholic Church, really. Like there are certain institutions that just provided the opportunity for this bad behavior to perpetuate for a long time. And even if you read the memoirs of a lot of people like Shirley Temple, just some of these old school actors, and you see that it's
Yes,
been
no,
going on.
really. And I feel like because when I was watching the Marilyn Monroe documentary,
Mm-hmm.
it was saying how they would line them up for these agents, and when the agent chose them, then all the girls are saying you knew what you had to do. You had to go sleep with him. You had to do some kind of sexual favors. And you know what's so crazy is, like, I feel
Casting
like,
couches.
I mean, casting couches. But I used to feel like when I saw the Marilyn Monroe documentary, I was like, that's a thing about being black, is like, I feel like a piece of that shields us from the white male behavior, the white male sexual abuse behavior, because it'll, like, all of those white girls, they don't have nowhere to run to. It's just like, either you want this or you're not. But like, there was no like black stories of it doing. But like with Puffy, he was the same as them. Like, people coming to the parties, he abusing them, like, and there was no shield for them. You know what I'm saying? There was no somewhere to run to for this. You minus the 20-year wait. Hold on, we got some comments. Rory says, "Wow, that's crazy." Rory, that's about the oil. She said, "Wow, that's crazy. I would be ashy then with the oil." She said, "Who do y'all think they are gonna name next?" They are saying Addie Busby will be dropping a lot of other well-known celebrity names, and that will be shocked. She said, "I really hate that this is happening going on, but no, he wouldn't get out." I feel like too, you know, the kind of crime you committed, like sex trafficking, that's where I want you out at. You see what I'm saying? Like, any other thing, you know what I'm saying? Let's get you to wait at home. But
You're freezing.
it's like sexual
You're
demon.
freezing.
You don't have any. I'm freezing. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Hold on.
you're freezing. Yeah.
I'm better. It's better. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah.
stop trying to do any tricks. Yeah. Um. I do feel like the kind of crime that you committed just warrants you to just stay in there, because you don't have any filter. You just, what I'm saying? You going now, they're saying a 9-year-old, you abuse a 9-year-old. So that means now you're a pedophile. So like, who can we trust? Who can be trusted around you? Gwen, what about you?
Yeah, but look at Justin Bieber and Usher. They were young, so he been a pedophile. He's been a pedophile. They
Yeah,
came with
Oh,
absolutely.
13, 14. And no, I said no, stay in there.
And the parents who are leaving them in his care.
I don't know why they did that.
now that's
Why
a
the
real
parents let
crime.
them go over
No,
there?
but no, that's a real crime. That's a real crime. The parents leaving them in this person's care.
I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
And that's what's so interesting, to go back and to look at the footage and the clips, and just watching his gaze over these young artists. It's
Ooh.
like there were always signs, is the point.
Right. As a
Those
parent, I just couldn't have done it. I know, I just couldn't. I don't care how much fame, how much money. And like somebody had said,
well, I don't think
that,
that you're setting your kid up for that. You really think it's just music,
but it would
not
have been in
knowing
the
what's.
back of my mind. I don't know him that well. You know what I mean? It would have been in the back of my mind. And somebody said that they would have said, I don't know who said this. I can't remember. They said, I would say, oh yeah, you can go, but I'm going to.
Exactly. Like I'm
like,
going with you.
who drops their kid off to an
Yeah,
unknown
you're not
person
staying
house
the night.
and be like, straight up, like my grandma, you couldn't even go across the street. Like, you bet not be caught in a neighbor's house. You could
They could
stand
come here,
outside,
but you can't go
you
there.
could go
Yeah.
knock on the door,
Yeah.
but you needed to run from the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was not
Look,
letting us go
I
in.
didn't let my son when he was young sleep out. I always had it in the back of my mind. He didn't sleep out.
And it's not till I got older that I could really appreciate what that was at that time. Because even as a boy, you never knew. But now when you hear stories like Tyler Perry, and you just hear certain people who've shared their story and the things that happened to them at those young ages, even with all of the allegations and the Boy Scouting and stuff like that, you're just like, wow. For me, it wasn't until like Dateline NBC that you go like, oh, I didn't know it was that bad. But yeah, it's
I didn't even trust
bad.
It's been bad out here a long time for people.
I didn't even trust my son to the Boy Scout. I didn't trust him.
And I feel
luckily I went to like a little black church Boy Scout group. Like our camp house were in the church parking lot. Like we weren't. So I got saved with that.
Need to be at. Okay, that's the only place you need to be at. Because the thing about it too is, I don't know about y'all, but like I have gone to some people's houses and I could just feel if there's some kind of like molestation going on there. Like, so like I know with the parents, it's got to be even more keen. So like that's where I feel like the crime is that you felt that spirit, like, but you were so like hungry, like, you know, because even I had a friend of mine tell me a long time ago, you know, this is what I got to do for my daughter. I mean, even if she gets molested, she'll be okay. Like just knowing that this is her, because a lot of people have to choose between the two. I mean, look what's going on with the presidency. We got to choose between the two devils. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's what we usually have to choose between the two evils, not devils. But that's what parents are having to deal with every time. Like, okay, do I want you to be rich and at least you can get some therapy and you can get some money, or, you know, do I want to protect you and protect your mind? Because, you know, even with you see Baby and Lil Wayne, this man was getting kissed in the mouth right here on BT. You know what I'm saying? Where was his parents at? We don't know, but we know that, you know.
And there is a clip of Lil Wayne, I think in a studio, telling a story about how they did assault him or whatever, or I don't know. I'm gonna call it assault because he was a young kid, but he talks about it.
You said what?
No, I thought he was trying to say allegedly.
You know, you got to say allegedly, but out of his own mouth, he talks about it.
Oh, he said that. Okay.
He talks about it.
I just wanna put this up right here in the comments before we go on. Hold on, let me just put this up because, you know, I might forget to say it, okay? But I just want y'all to know this whole show is allegedly, okay, guys?
We don't want no trouble. Is what we had heard.
This whole show is allegedly, guys. Okay, guys, we got to move on, okay? Because we got other big topics at hand. And I didn't even want Diddy to be back on the show this week because I feel like we've been talking about him every week since I started the show. But Diddy, you keep doing stuff. So stop it, okay? So we can stop talking about you. Okay.
And I don't know why I got caught up watching like clips of Mace. And that's what I mean when you start piecing the puzzle together and you go back and go, oh, it's like people were trying to tell us then, but we put certain people on a pedestal because of the fame, because of the money. And but you got to think some of those moguls learn from the best sharks in the business, and that's the record labels themselves. So whether it was Diddy, whether it was Suge Knight, whether it was, you know, just artists just getting robbed one way or another, or assaulted or in one way or another, whether it was financially, physically, but you know. Whew.
We gotta move on.
Yeah,
Gwen,
please.
I'm gonna let you respond for 30 seconds and then we gotta move on because I don't even want to keep the conversation going. I had enough. I did meet a producer though that, honey, he had gave his life to Christ and he worked, but I want to say I did meet a producer who worked with Diddy and produced a lot of songs under Diddy. And honey, this brother is straight like on the walk with Christ right now because he was like, he just seen too much and he just can't go back. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know the monstrosities, but when I see his name next to all the like producers, you know what I'm saying? Like all the songs that Diddy produced, I'm like, brother, I know, you know, because I just saw the naked buffet, you know, that P. Diddy was having. But anyway, Gwen. 30
naked
seconds
but
to say your thoughts, and then we got to move
wow.
on.
Yeah. Okay. I was just listening to his bodyguard he had in the past. It's like Diddy let a lot of things go and put Biggie in situations where he lost his life. So even though he may not have
When there
done
were
it,
warnings.
there were a lot of warning. And this guy, his bodyguard was. They see it all. They see everything. And now he has a book out. So that's all I have to say about
Everybody got a book out.
it. I know what his bodyguard got a book out.
Kim Porter tried to put a book out. Well,
Oh
she
man,
put the book out.
No,
Luckily, she
it's
left it with
online.
friends.
Somebody has printed the book online and been reading chapters of the book called Kim's Lost Words. Guys, let me put the banner up again because I just want to make it clear, guys, this whole
allegedly.
show. All right, moving on. Okay,
Moving
let's
on.
get it going. Moving
Okay,
on
moving on.
to the next topic. Okay, Ben, J-Lo
But that's
set
back to
write
Diddy.
sex.
Is that connected to Diddy?
Well, she dated him.
Jennifer Lopez and
Set
Affleck
right.
flop in the sack. Guys, now he dumped her.
So you got with him twice, though?
So
That's what I was thinking.
And you married him?
Why?
You could have figured that out the first go round.
I know.
See, you know what? The thing is, that first go round, I feel like money was controlling your decisions. You was like, I'm at the top of my game. He at the top of his game. It's a game top kind of relationship. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you comforted him at the time, or maybe it wasn't as bad at the time. Now, he might be older. Them blood
Too many
pressure
blue
medicines
pills. He
kicked
need blue
in.
pills now.
Yeah. What y'all think? What y'all think in the comments?
He like, here, Jennifer, I bought you a rose.
Yes, I know. The thing is,
I think if it's bad the first time, it's gonna be bad later on. That's how I see it.
Which means that and this, I was talking to my homegirl earlier, and she was just like, "Hold on, how could it be? How could you go back to him if it was so bad?
Not just go back, marry.
Yeah,
you marry.
But I'm telling you, also too, maybe because you know how it is, child. Sometimes you be getting with a person, okay, and then you leave them and you get with another person, and then when you go back, you be like, "Oh my God, this sucks," because you went out there and had better.
Yeah, but like
if you just tuned in the comments,
she had enough time to say no.
Maybe she got used to Diddy's baby oil. I don't know. Being up here trying to have dry sex or something.
Hold on, let me put it over here in the thing. Do you think Ben's sex was bad the first time too? And why would she go back? Y'all, I'm putting it in the comments because I forgot.
Jennifer Garner married him too. She married him, had 3 kids for him, so
I know. See,
and marriage does change things. I ain't gonna lie. You get when you start to fall into the old married couple habits.
Yeah.
I'm not as much fun as I was in my 20s and 30s. I already know.
I mean, everybody. I think it changes for everybody. Hey, Milano. Milano, the question at hand is, do you think Ben's sex was bad the first time too? And why would Jennifer go back? Because we're talking about J-Lo now penning these revenge songs, talking about Ben being a flop in the bed. But he dumped her. Now the sex was bad, okay? but he dumped you, even though the sex was bad. He dumped you. Like,
I think she was trying to hurt him. I think she was trying to hurt him publicly. That's
Oh,
what I
not yet.
think.
That'll hurt your feelings. And you know, and maybe her palate has broadened because you know, what was the show? What was the movie where
A-Rod.
she played a stripper? So maybe she got, you know, in researching your role, you started to learn more about different things, and you know, I don't know, you hanging
Yeah,
out
and
with
maybe, and
Cardi
also
B
too,
and
maybe A-Rod is out of sight. You see what I'm saying? Because
he's
once
always
you
hitting it out
have
the
somebody
park.
that's out
Yeah,
of sight,
okay.
yes, like it makes it super hard, and it makes it hard to go back. Period. Like it's already hard for me personally to go back to an ex. Just being like, okay, that's over. Like
Been there,
even
done
though
that.
I may
Yeah.
like them as a person, it's just like physically we're done. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know, Jennifer. I feel like you've been saved. You know what I'm saying? You've been saved. One thing hold on, we got a comment right here. He said, I think Ben gave her a feeling of security. You forgot how dry he really was as a man. You right about that, okay? Because
I don't
that's the
know,
thing.
y'all. I
At
like
first,
Ben in movies. I like Ben Affleck in movies. So
no, but
that's
I'm
what you
talking
mean,
about.
dry?
I think you talking about.
Yeah, Goodwill
I think you
Hunting. I don't
talking
know about
about
them
he divorced.
Batmans.
She divorced him the first time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she left him the first time, not divorced him. But you left him the first time, so he was probably dried in, and now he dried now, and he probably, you know, older, got drinking habits, got, you know what I
Now
mean?
that's
Like,
what I was gonna mention. I heard about the drinking, so I didn't, you know, I was like, all right,
yeah.
but
Um.
that had to. I'm sure that was always there. I mean, a guy from Boston. I don't know.
Okay. What I wanna move on to is, and guys, put where you from in the comments so I could take a minute to sound off. Let me put this banner up. Shout out your city in the comments. So I can say where you from, where you at. I want to shout you out. Let me add the banner. Shout out your city in the comments, y'all. I wanna shout you out where you from. Um Gwen, Milano says he might be a great actor, but his personality is trash. Ooh, give us the scoop. What you know for a fact?
Oh,
um,
I mean, I don't know nothing about his, real life personality, but I just like him in the movies. I
uh,
like his brother too.
yeah,
Casey.
Yeah.
we was discussing this, and you hear this phrase called black wife effect, where the white men who date black women seemingly have more swag after they get with the
Mm-hmm.
black woman. Do
You
you
agree with
feel
that,
that's true,
Rocky?
Rocky? Huh?
The pictures I've seen where people show it, yeah, it definitely looks like there is you know, some facts to that.
All
What,
right.
Rocky? Why I thought you was called? I thought you was saying the bitches I've seen. I had to pick up on the picture because then it sounded like you said that. I know you're not the
You
person to
said
say
the
that.
pictures.
No,
I
yeah,
know,
you'll
but
see people will show their before and afters, like before the guy dated a black girl, and then after he dated a white girl, and
All
they be
right.
swagged out for
yes.
sure.
Well, speaking of the pictures, I've got who did it better, the black wife effect or the white wife effect? Right here, you got you've got Travis Kelsey here on the right hand side with his black woman, looking just as debonair. Like I would probably date him looking like that. And then over here, Gwen, take it away.
He look like, I don't know. He got a different style, almost like Hitler.
Whoa.
I don't know. He got a Hitler style. That head, that
That's the
head.
70s. That's a porn stash. That's what they got, that Burt Reynolds.
I was like,
Oh,
I like the one on the right.
That's a little country.
I like the one on the right.
it, the writers.
But you like your tribe, so that you comfortable with your own tribe. So
Now, what was
Let me
interesting is they were saying he used to only date black women. So that's interesting
you,
that like out of nowhere now it's Taylor Swift, but okay.
he used to own what?
Only
No, but
date
I
black
like
women
it.
from what I
Oh, only,
allegedly,
To
I don't know,
only
from
date
what I
black
heard.
women.
okay.
Hold on. Did you say allegedly? Because I just want y'all to know
Allegedly,
something.
predominantly.
The whole show.
Yeah, you might as well leave it up there
No,
because
I did not know. I did not know he allegedly used to only date black women. I feel like, I used to see this comedian out who was real like fine, this fine white dude. And um I used to always be like, in the audience, I will always, anytime I'm at a show and I see a white guy that like is attractive to me, I always ask the white woman, is he attractive to them? And they always say no. It's like whatever the people are, the two are attracted to. Like when I'm attracted to a white dude, he is not that attractive to like white girls. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Whoever they like, he's not that attractive to me. You know what I'm saying? So, but I went to look at another picture too of who had the black and the white wife effect. Let me see right here if y'all agree, if
all
y'all
right, who you
tell
got? Who
me
you got?
who's
Okay. Because at first I thought you was gonna go Jonathan Majors. All right, let me see.
Jonathan. Oh,
Oh, he
I
did
don't
get
know,
swaggy.
huh?
Yeah, he got a little more swag.
With Sierra, yes,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
do yes, he do.
honestly, you know what? Honestly, he almost looked the same in both of them pictures. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty close. He was doing all right before.
No, the hair is different. Look at the hair.
Yeah, like
The hair
no,
is
no, he's a little more polished with Sierra.
he more polished over there.
Or more, it's
yeah,
almost like more modelly or something.
Yeah,
he's more rock star with Sierra,
Yeah, yeah.
Over
Because
here,
even
he's like,
the suit got a little more customized, like a little more
yeah,
trendy.
yeah. Over
Like
on
to
the
the
left hand side,
he was a little more
on
corporate on that on the other side there.
yeah, on the left hand side, he's like he's more like CIA following
Yeah,
the
that's the
president
clean
around.
cut, like,
You know,
hi, don't be
yeah,
threatened by me dating this white woman.
exactly. Because
I'm
that's probably
friendly.
what they like. They like it more clean cut. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they like it more clean cut. And whereas with us, we like the goatee. We like the, we like it. We don't like it as clean cut. We like hair. We like the goatee. We like it to be natural. So, Rocky, why I thought you was frozen though, Rory
You
is
know what I
coming
was
in
going to
from
ask? Though,
St.
did you see
Louis.
the clip of the brother? He was on one of those dating shows where they pop the balloons, and all these
Yes,
black
I
women
did.
pop their balloons,
Yes,
and
yes,
then
I did.
because Killer Mike reposted it, and I think even maybe Tony Baker reposted it, and but then you start listening to the brother talk about he's 6'2", he's an author, he's on a tour, like really
Yes,
accomplished. And Killer
yes,
Mike's point was y'all go up mess around and let a white woman snatch this brother up, and it goes back to your point of are the people in your culture attracted to you, kind of a thing.
and see, and those girls might have been, well, first of all, that might have been a sketch, okay? Because that's,
That's
we got
true.
to understand the internet is always trying to defame, especially black women. The internet will defame us. But then also too is um those girls, if that was true, like let's say that was true, but to me it seems like a sketch, because not like this was a pretty fairly nice looking brother, and not one of those girls was interested, like not one, you know what I'm saying? But what did they have to compare him to? Because see, sometimes, you looking, if somebody else just walked in, then it may make you look, but this was a very nice looking brother, very accomplished. And that's why it seemed to me like it was a sketch, because you got to be careful with the internet, y'all. They are constantly showing you just a piece of the information and then you get to choose it. Hold on, let me see. Milano is in the comments. said, unfortunately, he's playing terrible with Sierra as his wife. He needs to go back to his first one. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! 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 He playing his cards right. Okay, you black wife it up, brother.
That man
Okay.
is a lot older than he was. Goodness. Them
Yeah, he
sports
has.
wear you out, man. Football
I
players don't
know.
have a long shelf life.
Eh, Travis Kelsey, you worst shape he's ever been playing professional football. He's really out there looking flabby and sick. Okay, so he's saying Travis need to go back to the black person, and
You just
Russell
need
need
to
to go
shake
back
it
white.
off. Shake it off.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
But and I
God.
will say this about, I knew I had to develop my personality if I was gonna always date black women, man. Because if that's like, if you're instantly be, even when I got to LA, you know, women have their checklists. It's like, all right, is he tall? Is he this? Is he that? And I didn't check a lot of those boxes, but I knew I'm a good package deal. You know what I mean? Educated, good family, good morals. Like, as a whole, funny. As a whole, okay. But if it's just like first impression or right off the bat or just based on looks, and that's the problem that I'm worried about with the younger generation. Even just this swiping culture. I think they're, when you start basing it too much on looks and people are altering themselves too much, like I call them, it's a lot of genetically modified organisms walking around here in these LA
I'm
streets.
talking about Rocky. I see some people's pictures. I see
All
like
these filters,
literally
you don't even.
always have no, but they literally never post a picture without a filter, and that's scary. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mm,
that means that you can't bear to look at yourself like without a filter. You know what I'm saying? Like you never, you know
true.
how like
Okay,
a few years
can
ago
I
we
ask
had this
Rocky
like
a
no filter
question?
challenge. Like, huh? Go ahead, Gwen.
Can I ask Rocky a question as a male? Okay, you
Yeah.
see these women with the little bitty waist
Mm-hmm.
and the hip way out here. Do men
Mm-hmm.
like that? They do?
You
Do
know, the
men like that?
problem is, as a black man from the South, I always liked a nice ass, without a doubt, unquestionable. And I think
For the
men and the fact that women have been wearing corsets for centuries, um, I think it's not a recent phenomenon. You know what I mean? I think biologically we thought it had something to do, hips had something to do with childbearing or what have you. So, but the fact that women are starting to look cartoonish, that's when it becomes problematic. And so for
Mhm.
me as a man who grew up loving it and being from the South, I can no longer even appreciate when I see a nice derriere because I'm just like, I don't know if it's real. I don't know, and it matters to me. and
That's
not only that, but
Okay,
it's
and
the
that was
proportions
our
are off.
question. That was our last question right there. Do men
Yeah, the
prefer the
proportions are
natural
they're
or the
too off.
BBL body shape? Huh?
I was
the
just
You
saying
said
the
proportion.
what?
proportions are too off. I mean, the
Yeah, that's
thighs don't match the hip, don't match the butt, don't match the
yeah.
waist.
I was
It's
thinking.
cartoonish.
Yeah, I was wondering if black, whoever, do men really like the buttocks and hips? Mm.
I
Yes
I
and
think
no.
you know, I think it's a fake man for a fake woman out there everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Wherever there's a fake butt, there's a man that like a fake butt out there, and wherever there's a real butt, there's a man that like a
We
real butt
cannot
out there.
lie. You other brothers can't deny. But it's sad for me because for me because now it's almost like I'm like low key disgusted. I'd be like, ugh. And something that I naturally have always liked. So I don't. It's almost like I don't know how to feel anymore. Like for instance,
I,
I dated a girl with fake boobs, and they just felt so weird to where I never wanted to touch her boobs. And as a man, we naturally want to touch your boobs, but to have it affect you that much to you're like, I don't even want to touch these. Like that's it's weird. It puts you in a weird space.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess she really froze this time.
Yeah, we lost her.
But it's making me appreciate. So, and I feel bad because it's like we were hard on slim girls back in the day, but now I see the slim girls becoming the new ideal just because it's almost like they're real.
The thing is, I feel like also too is, I feel like it's becoming an addiction, almost
without a
like,
doubt.
like it's almost like a tattoo. Like, you see people with
the men are doing it now.
And the kid. Yes. And I mean, I watched a documentary with this white dude. This dude was going around the world looking at the best pecs. He was getting pec surgery with getting pecs implanted.
Calf, abs. I mean, isn't this what Kendrick is accusing Drake of, allegedly?
I mean, hold on. Did you say allegedly? Because I just want to put this up right here.
I mean, isn't that what BBL Drizzy is all about?
Yeah, see, the thing is, I feel like, we really got to pray for those people because it becomes this, because like when I look at the Kim Kardashian, and it's not just the Kim Kardashian, but like I look at a lot of like Kim Kardashian wannabes out here on the street, and I'm talking about that butt is triangle and it looks disgusting. It's like it's one shape, and I feel like, is it like, because I do know some girls that have like butt surgery and it looks real natural, like they didn't overdo it, they literally got
try to
some
fool
butt fillers,
somebody,
and it is it just I mean,
try to fool somebody.
I'm talking about, I do know some people that's got some like some really nice work done. But when you think about like some of these girls have gotten it so, and sometimes I'm confused, like, is it the butt pads? Like, because you can order these things. Like, you see what this girl got on? You could order the like core.
Oh, especially the Latinas, they've been had that down. All of the undergarments, the bodysuits, the body magic.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, God, this thing is free. Yeah, they had the corsets down, but I'm talking about you could order this thing that give you a butt, and I feel like it gives everybody the same shape. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I'm saying. That's why the slim girls now are becoming the new, that's going to highlight them more because it's like, oh, okay, I can see you're natural.
Or the slim.
A lot of times they're not natural here. They're natural the rest of the body. They usually have this.
The slim girls or the medium girls with the big stomach. Shout out to us, okay? Or just the all the way thick girls with the with everything. Okay, you can be all the way thick with everything.
Yeah, all of it. We take all.
Always gonna be.
But it's so interesting that you asked me that, because I went to a bachelor party not too long ago. And once again, I'm in the strip club going like, I don't even want to be here. Like the women look so artificial. It hurt my feelings. I was ready to go.
Milano said, I thought you had work done at first down, but then I was like, oh, that's natural beauty. Yes, it is, Milano. It is natural booty and natural beauty.
You got it naturally. You heard me?
Yes. From my mama, my auntie, my grandpa, my
down through the lineage.
Down through this is lineage butt. You hear me?
She get it,
This butt was on the Underground Railroad butt. You know what I'm saying?
That's Harriet booty.
This butt from
that's the only reason the male slaves agreed to follow.
My ancestors brought.
Wherever you go, Miss Harriet, I was with you.
Wait, what you said? What you said?
Wherever you go, Miss Harriet, I was with you.
I said my ancestors brought this butt up from the South, and I've been carrying it around with me in the North all my life.
Actually, that's what I was thinking about when you mentioned the cultures. And black women, you said something about like black women being shielded, but who was the sister back in the day in slavery times? Like
Sarah Bartman.
Sarah Barton. Yeah. So I don't know. It's like some of these. Well, we're talking white men in particular. They've always had.
We wasn't shielded at all during that time. I was
Yeah,
talking about
they've always
the
been
time of this was like
fetishizing our women.
1970s, in the
Yeah.
70s, where they wasn't even letting
Well, even
us
then,
in.
you think Pam Grier, Foxy, like that imagery, I don't
Yes.
know. They've always been after our sisters. I don't know, one way or another.
Yes, I maybe shielded was the wrong word. I should have used the word. We weren't in those circles to even have that problem. You know what I'm saying? Like so, but I do feel like, you know, that was the shield for us, not even letting us in because
Mm.
they
Since
knew
you
with these
don't
white
fit
women they could just do
that
that.
American standard, then you're not even got it.
You're shielded from all of that.
At least
So
on the Hollywood side. But now that I think about, well, and that just goes back to them family secrets and all of that stuff. When you were a kid, you were too young to really understand. But anywho, back to happier topics. Yeah.
guys, back to you guys. I want to thank you guys so much for coming on the show today. Please tell everyone where they can find you and what you got going on, Rocky.
Well, coming up, I'm just going to be performing a lot more, so they can catch me at Rocky the Comic on all platforms. And now that I've gotten a taste of doing some TV work too, I need to do some more of that because these residual checks keep sliding in. I'm like, oh, thank you.
Yes, that is
I didn't know.
awesome.
I've been messing around on the Hollywood side, but so I'm gonna do some more of that. And then coming in January, we'll be relaunching with Timmy Mason, Straight Laughs, No Chaser.
That's awesome. And
Avid
Gwen, let everybody know where they can
at
find
Victoria.
you. Okay. My auntie,
Mhm.
look out for my auntie who is an
Antee
excellent
Gwen.
shoemaker. Auntie Gwen, it was an excellent shoemaker. I have 2 pairs of her shoes. Well, I have one because the other pair I just wore to the rind, honey. But anyway,
What was
please follow
that?
my auntie Gwen at Gwendoria on all platforms. And I want to thank you guys so much in the comments. Rory, Milano, Shawnee, Fat Benji, Tierra. Thank you guys for coming on and sticking with us the whole day. We do this each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern. Guys, make sure you follow me at I am Dell Harrison on all platforms. You can look down in the link below. You can take the time to follow now. If you're looking at this on playback, make sure you subscribe, you like, you comment, and keep coming back every Tuesday so that we can share in the joy with you. God bless you, and I will see you next time on the